Goats. I don't just call people my goats, man. I know Sanford Vinuya, I love you, guy.
Yeah, he memorizes the full names of all of his goats.
Well done.
All right, folks. Here we go. Welcome to the Land of Dawn for game number 3, our third match of the day. It's a best of 1 in this brutal group stage.
Okay. So now we're seeing at least the comforts getting picked up here more so by KOG. And let's see how efficient they are going to be, because considering the heroes that they've picked so far, it still looks very fast rotating. And I think this is a bit of what we were expecting. The Mathilda and the Gord sort of just really working together to make things happen in the early stages of the game. But I think we really want to pay attention to the sides as well. Who's going to win it out? And how big of a role is that going to play into how either of these two teams are going to snowball?
Let's talking up here. I got some KZN early on, trying to go for that mid-prio, poking Boro down just a bit. Fun facts for you. Shoutouts to Kronos. So, JM has played a lot of Suyo games in MEC, in XP, and that was before the nerf. And now you can see it with Master Assassin as well. You get so much prio from your clear. And with the Master Assassin, you actually even win out against the CC. So far so good. Bargain hunters across the board, as we've been seeing on the mid laners.
Yeah, I wonder if that's also, like, regardless of the matchup that you see. Because I know KOG, they're going to meet near down bottom. Does KZN decide to go in, though? Will actually bump into one. And that's going to be JM as the first casualty in this game. Not so good start for VSG, and KZN just gets out of there.
A big weakness point of the Suyo is the fact that you are just so easy to kill against magic damage. And KOG's got that. Enough of it. Something about the new Mathilda, man. You deal so much damage with the glues, plus the Mystic Projectile, and you have a box shit to deal with. So JM's gonna be a little bit more careful. He tried to get the XP grab, and now you can already see him getting poked again. Turtle, though, was not started. KZN decides to go on the other side of the map.
Hey, Curtain Call not available, but the real world will be. Dixon lays it down, and they actually secure the first objective after KOG got a kill off of VSG.
He's in. Risky choice, double retry.
Hey, Martisi trying to block the way, but the Guiding Wind is just gonna keep him safe. You did say the backshot Mathilda was a bit weird, but when he's not rolling, I think it's kind of okay.
Say okay if they want to play it in this way, right? And they've done a pretty good job, actually. KOG, instead of just corralling over the neutral objective, this is what I mentioned about KOG. They're really smart. They know their win conditions, and with the box shot, there's no real reason for you to go 50-50 against a Fredrin. Just go on to the other side of the map, utilize that mobility advantage to get some more XP, to steal some camps. Great retry, too, from KZN. Shows that composure. Yeah, Carvey, as expected, will actually be zoning Pai, and he's winning by quite a bit.
Yeah, it's KZN doing the majority of the shot calls, and just as I say his name, how did they find Martisi there? Was he attempting a steal?
I believe he was. He just got caught by a Shield Unity, and I think a Mystic Gush. Zed has it on cooldown, so just a pure burst on Mark. He's gonna need a robe real quick.
Yeah, seemed to be a cross-map play supposedly for VSG right there, but KOG have been very quick to react so far, and they have been at least holding their lanes. Look at the Carvey, and even with a death on JM, the KOG will beat the next clan. These two utility junglers are really just going at it. KZN,
What? Dang.
Doesn't make it in time. The knockback? Fatal Link's already committed here. They got not a kill! Zed is still okay! Flickering from Dixon, but he might have put himself in danger. KZN trying to get away from this. No Guiding Wind available anymore. The knock of the energy eruptions. They're keeping him safe! But the Mystic Gush! Martisi's the one to fall!
Oh, that was disastrous for VSG. They didn't know who to target. Everybody went for their own target, and they all got completely outbrawled. KZN got away with a Shield Unity. Great escape by Zed with the help of the Guiding Wind. And then the Mystic Gush comes up just on time, and this is the value of the Mathilda. It's not necessarily just that mobility, but the healing you constantly give to your team, and the underrated damage of the just recent buffs that you see has gotten KOG a 1,200 gold lead, and it is without a single neutral objective.
Yeah, that really felt like it shouldn't have happened. That teamfight took long enough for the Guiding Wind to reset its cooldown. And he was able to survive. KZN with a 3-0 stat line in this game. All kills are in his hands. And now we're seeing a turtle fight coming up next. They focus on Boro. Circling Eagle. They bump into everyone. Martisi still secures the turtle nonetheless. But there's Payan with the Zaman Force. Forces VSG out.
At least you still have complete control over neutral objective with the Fredrin and the Suyo. You skill 2, skill 1, and then you retry. But the fights are just going to KOG.
They're so aggressive right now. They're not letting Martisi go. He could not even resume his jungling because he's put down very low. JM has to get out of this. 33! One more hit, but he dashes to safety.
Almost a solo kill there. JM gets away just in time, and the rest of the team, they're trying to find him. He's not there. He's left the premises. It is KOG with a 5-0 lead. Again, no neutral objectives, but they've just been faster than VFG. They've been taking the fights better than VSG as well. And now it's just reacting for VSG. Over, they catch Zed.
MarkTZ, all alone here, will dash out of it. But yeah, I think that's one of the best ways to put it. How KOG has been playing faster compared to VSG, which is essentially what you really need to expect from them with this kind of lineup. But I think a lot of the miscalculations from VSG just accelerated the pace for KOG as well. The way that we kind of get confused with their targeting shouldn't really happen, considering that they have so much layers that could potentially come out of this lineup. Or will he find a setup here?
That was already a resource burnt out. No Mystic Gush. They could actually try to take this fight, but yeah, Kaizen.
Oh, no perfect pair available. They use the Fatal Links instead, but they counter-attack with the Guiding Wind and the Circling Eagle. Dixon is gonna be okay. Can 33 find him? No, gonna be blocked by MarkTZ right there.
And again, it's just clean from KOG. They get a kill. They just technically use 2 battle spells there, a Retry and a Purify on, and this should be their first neutral objective. They've gone 4,000. Gold over VSG. They've gotten turrets all without the neutral objective, and now with the turtle buff, it's gonna be a heck of a lot easier for them to force out fights.
The cleanest I've seen so far today, honestly. It's only been 7 minutes in.
They're good.
I'm not sure if we're hitting the 15-minute above mark if things stay this way for VSG.
Yeah.
Because majority of their scaling too is just gonna come from Carvey.
They'll have Dixon as well, so technically clear should be good. The thing is, Siege is pretty solid for KOG as well, as they can actually just look to zone. It's in the base turrets that we're going to have to think about later on, right? Because that's where KOG's Siege will actually start falling off. Outside of it, the Baksha, the Mathilda should be able to zone them past these outer turrets. So right now, for VSG, it's all about turtling in their base. They're going to... Okay, they're going to have to take it from Kaizen.
Wow, it's Dixon who they actually fight first. Nile picks up the kill. Mystic Gush committed as well, but that's just all to take this turret up top. While the only trade VSG could find is this tier 1 turret down bottom. That's the only thing they're able to take away from KOG at this point, who are already leading by 6k. MarkTZ dashes away from that. Hyan still has the Purify, but there goes the Holy Shield. Oh my goodness.
Dang, that's the only thing they could do on Suyo. You usually see it in the jungle, just go into the side lanes, clearing it up, going for trades, but yeah, getting a Holy Shield before the Lord even spawns in the game is a massive advantage. I don't know how much of an advantage it will be. It depends on where the Lord spawns, the second one later, right? But if they get far late over this first Lord, it'll be crazy. Equipment check real quick. It is the photo for Nile. He's really been able to do such a good job healing. Kaizen hasn't died a single time thanks to the healing, and the Holy Crystals built up for Payan. That's the massive power spike we're waiting for. It actually skips the Feather of Heaven. Straight into Burst he goes. And for VSG, we're still looking at that Swift Trinity for Carvey before they can actually do anything.
Okay, Kaizen finds another target. Honestly, the way Kaizen has been playing this Baksha just really keeps you on your toes. You're not really sure if he's going to bump into you or not. Majority of the times, he's just doing it last minute when you already think that they're actually going to disengage or not commit. Now, they might just see Lord JM far away. They're not going to do anything. This is a free Lord over to KOG. VSG.
Passing you recall, though.
This is...
Wait, they're chasing. They're chasing.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Okay, they won't catch up.
Good decision by Jam. It's a tier 2 in the bottom lane. They know they can't fight. There's no way they can fight right now. Radiant Armor for MarkTZ, that should help a bit, but right now I think KOG have scaled past the Radiant Armor. They're going to have to wait for Carvey and Dixon to start doing damage. And they're going to have to hope for Jam and MarkTZ to just hold their own up front. That's the thing about the Suyo. You don't do that. You're not someone that can actually tank up all this magic damage.
Yeah. Now the only one assigned to block would be Boro and MarkTZ. That's a flicker burn for JM too. How often do you see the flicker Suyo? But it's here. And he no longer has it before this Lord Siege. Imagine that. Payan also burning the Salmon Force, and he's able to drop MarkTZ's HP down to half.
A good rotation by Jam. He clears it out in the mid lane. Circling Eagle.
Okay, now he might not have a way out of this. Kaizen is gonna run! But JM still survives. It's Boro instead who gets taken down.
And look at the Lord. It's up top. The Holy Shield has already been dealt with. Can they defend?
Payan has the Zaman Force once again, but they're saving it for when they actually make it into the base. There you go. Zaman Force already committed. MarkTZ couldn't hold the damage. Real World coming in from Dixon. It actually pushes them out of the base, and it keeps them alive for now.
Good news for VSG is that KOG did not get the far lane, but still, it's still bad. It's still really, really bad. The base turret fell with Lord 1, and VSG just seemed to have no response to it. Even with the Harith walking up, Carvey just has so many people to target that he cannot get just a single shot onto these tanky boys. Kaizen constantly moving back and forth.
Yeah.
And now even the mid lane, Payan looking to siege it down.
They're gonna force at least another base turret. Do VSG have enough resources to actually go for a setup? I think not. They really will just have to play it safe for now. This is an almost 8k gold lead we're talking about. They barely or have 0 kills yet on the board.
Massive gold difference. You can already see it here right in front of you. Even the level difference is quite massive, man. 2-level lead on Nile against Boro. Boro is a squishy Atlas, and those two words, you don't want to hear them together, bro.
He got the Radiant item first, but not even that is able to deal with Nile and Zed and their early capabilities. Dash already used by Martizi, but they might just be okay. They see Boro, and they're gonna play it safe 20 seconds before the next objective. I think, yeah, I agree. Like, so much of this has been because of how Nile and Zed managed the early game. A lot of damage! JM! Did not expect that! KOG just waited for the perfect opportunity, and now they take out one right before the objective.
Now what's the call? That was pretty Kumar of my go. JM just walked up. That was so naive of him, dude. And this is a free lord. I think it would have been a free lord anyways, but VSG could have had some more of a say with the Suyo still up right now to clear out some of the waves, to stagger some of those waves. But now KOG, they can just walk up straight up to Boro.
And they do that literally just now against Boro. 1 HP left! And he's gonna survive. Okay, so that's why you see, who do you really assign? If you're VSG, who do you assign to walk up to those? Just like that. Or maybe you just don't.
No, you don't? Okay.
Oh, that's the middle links already committed.
Whoa!
But it's gonna be a pickup on Zed. JM actually finds one, but then there's response from KOG. They take out Boro too. Dixon looking to be next, but at least they walk to safety. But these are two waves coming in the base. JM only gets to cut the one in mid, but that's still enough to force a reaction out of VSG.
Pretty solid, but the whole team wants to commit onto the base with the Lord.
Now they're back. The Lord is still up, but VSG are also here to defend. They're holding on to their last base turret, and they successfully keep it for themselves.
They finally find an angle to take Zed out, and it was through Boro. Disregarding the front line, going straight for Zed and bringing him into the real world manipulation. Item check, JM. He's gone for full damage. This is his greedy build, but that was what allowed him to go for the kill on Zed. He jumped in, popped in skill 2, got the kill, and then he bounced with the Queller. So now, has VSG scaled enough? Yeah. Carvey has a Swift Trinity. He's building towards the Melfic gun. Once he gets that, that'll be some trouble for KOG to deal with right now, because the Baksha won't be able to just handle straight up the pure damage coming in from the carry when he ults. So KOG are going to have to play it smart. They're going to have to try to bait out the ultimates from VSG, bait out these cycles, the RWM, and the spinning light wheels. Once that's down, then they can try to walk up, but VSG, they've survived for enough time to actually scale up.
Yeah, I feel like it's something VSG might find a way around, though. Okay, Carvey, though, not with Carvey going down. Carvey survives. Thankfully, VSG still has some hope, but Martizi and Boro will not.
JM?
And that is not looking good for them. There are 2 minions approaching the base. JM will still be okay, but these are 5 members of KOG trying to potentially put an end to this game.
Waves coming down. Pioneer gonna walk up to Monforce, place down JM.
Oh, Dixon, what are you going to do? It's only JM and Carvey left, and KOG end this game in 15 minutes.